Imagine if Donald Trump became President of the United States again. How would America change? Today, we're diving into what a second Trump presidency might look like and what he plans to do if he wins in November, from his controversial Project 2025 to his plans for the economy, law enforcement, and even America's schools. Get ready to find out what could be ahead. Trump's plan for America. Trump's ideas are bold and, some say, extreme. He's talked about clearing out corrupt officials and focusing on his America First policies. This means big changes like closing the border and expanding drilling. Trump has promised to drain the swamp and restore control to patriotic leaders. Project 2025. What is it? Trump has also talked about a plan called Project 2025, which he claims has nothing to do with him. However, it's linked to his allies and backed by the Heritage Foundation. This plan has hundreds of executive orders ready to go if he's elected. Some of these plans include replacing thousands of federal workers to make sure government agencies follow his agenda. Key changes Trump wants to make. If elected, Trump would work quickly. One of his top priorities is to give himself the power to fire government workers who don't align with his goals. This means he could replace up to 50,000 people in key positions like the Department of Justice and the FBI. Focus on law enforcement. Trump has been vocal about law enforcement. He wants to appoint hundreds of federal attorneys to go after what he calls corrupt district attorneys. These district attorneys are usually in charge of prosecuting crimes within states, but Trump's team could push for federal investigations to address Marxist or communist influences. Immigration and border control. A major focus for Trump is immigration. He's promised the biggest deportation effort in U.S. history, targeting people without legal status in the country. Trump's first day could mean closing the border and bringing back the controversial travel ban for certain countries. Additionally, he's discussed restarting construction on the border wall. Changes in schools. Another key issue is education. Trump has proposed bringing Christian prayer back into schools and focusing on patriotic education. He wants states to have more control over school content and would block funding for schools teaching topics like gender identity. Economic and trade policies. Trump's economic plans revolve around an America First approach, aiming to boost manufacturing and reduce trade with certain countries like China. He's suggested tariffs or taxes on imported goods, which could increase prices but benefit American companies. However, some economists warn these plans could raise prices for middle-class families. Climate policy and energy. In terms of climate, Trump wants to focus on fossil fuels like oil and gas. He has criticized investments in green energy and aims to withdraw the U.S. from international climate agreements like the Paris Accord. Foreign policy and Russia-Ukraine conflict. Trump has stated that he would end the Russia-Ukraine war quickly, though it's not clear how he would do this. Some experts think he might consider negotiating with Russia, potentially making compromises that could affect the conflict's outcome. Project 2025 continued. Backed by conservatives, Project 2025 contains hundreds of policy ideas for a Trump-led government. These ideas include more control over agencies that are usually independent, which would give Trump more direct influence over government actions. The project also proposes strict regulations against things like online content and education policies. No matter who wins, the U.S. election has major consequences for the world. Trump's plans could bring sweeping changes to many parts of American life, from schools to law enforcement to immigration. We'll continue to follow this story and the impact of these potential changes on the U.S. and beyond. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.